Good morning, Internet. My name is Bu, and today we are playing Slay the Princess, a story definitely to tell your children at night. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark places, have a heart and see them through. There are no premature endings and no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspective and new beginnings. This is a love story. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Killing a princess seems kind of a bad thought, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
That's assuming that she's a princess that hasn't contributed anything to society. I just showed up here. This forest could be her forest. She could be a greater good for all you know.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
But then, who locked her up? And if so, shouldn't that person's responsibility have been to slay her first? Do I at least get a reward for this?
You'll have to slay her before you get it.
Have you ever considered that I may be okay with the world ending?
Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Or maybe I'm a video game protagonist. Maybe I know that if the world ends, I'll still come back because there will still be somebody who needs to save it. Can you tell me what my prize is before I do a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't know, my imagination's pretty wild. I'm thinking gold, gems, Robin Williams as Genie. I'm just gonna go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I agree with the hero guy, but I'm also really, really interested in getting myself Robin Williams as Genie. Obsessively so.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Okay. I mean, I thought I could do something else with the blade, but I guess I'm going into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the
She sounds like she's ready for Mortal Kombat. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I prefer the luck of skill.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I'm here for Mortal Kombat. I'm here to end you.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
This knife.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I'd like to throw it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Hesitation, no breathing. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
We don't need to talk. The time to talk was over. The moment I entered the room. Squinting
You stare at the
contest, go.
princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are
Squinting
squint
contest.
even harder. So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
I actually have a condition where I have to manually blink. Oh, damn it. Fine. Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
I wasn't doubting anything. I was squinting contest.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
I wasn't expecting Princess MMA fighter.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
I'm starting to wonder if somebody locked her down because she had a bet. And they bet against her.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
I'm at least getting some hits to connect because the blade is bloody and she's got a cut in
We
her
can
shoulder.
still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Excuse me?
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
Mutually assured destruction.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Follow the bouncing organs.
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
The heart isn't located in the center of the chest, but I appreciate your effort.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
God, I hope not.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The adversary. All right.
Path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I've got a second chance. Another chance to go. This chance only happens once in a lifetime. Yo. Finally. My
You're
adversary.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I died. What am I doing
I can
here?
assure you that you're not dead. And to
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Voice of the stubborn. Thank God. My kind of person. Personally, I want to go down there and win against the MMA fighting princess.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
We did our best with the information we were given. And we did kill her.
And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Why did you retcon the story?
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
Fight, 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 fight.
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits. Just be quick about it.
We killed each other last time. How can I make sure it doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world? To quote you from the last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
Just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions?
Because I want to know the story of the princess of MMA.
There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that?
She's done it before.
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever.
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Fight, 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 fight.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
That's not an altar, though. That's like a nightstand.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
I want to see how good I look.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
I think I just have a vanity issue.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless?
But honestly,
What good would it even do?
I would love to look at myself. I want to see what's attached to this nice scaly hand I have. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
It's time to take the blade. It's time for
You
Mortal
take
Kombat.
the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I am the weapon.
Very different.
It's time to slay the princess of MMA.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. The world is depending on you.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulphuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
See, she's quoting me by a challenger.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
It's hunt or be hunted.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your
Slay or
head.
be slayed.
You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
I'm definitely here to have a good fight.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't what I was expecting. She looks more ready to step on me than fight me.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
I'm here for Mortal Kombat.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Snap me like a Slim Jim.
Okay, fine. Let's say for a moment I believe you. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
You look different.
You look exactly the same.
So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
I don't think this will end the same way, especially since you have an appendage, i.e. the tail, that you could use to grab an arm at any
See?
time.
She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Alright then.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Fight to the death without permadeath. Sounds
Couldn't
like a
have
video
said
game.
it better myself.
Alright then. Attack the princess.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count all right.
Let's go, voice of the stubborn.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor.
Man, yeah, she's immediately going for the ribs. I swear she's the princess of MMA.
You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact.
She broke free.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you?
Not at all.
That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
I mean, I'm trying here. I can only do so much. I've got the choice. It's locked in. I ran right for it.
So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Why is bleeding her out our best course of action? I feel like the voice of the hero is the reason why we're hesitating.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
2 go in, 1 comes out. Kill, kill, kill.
If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard.
I don't think the spacing between the bones and the arm is big enough for that to squeeze through.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
I'm going with the voice of the stubborn.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
I'm following the voice of the stubborn. I'm not even going to talk. Continue pushing.
Yes, you're right. We don't even need to talk about it.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood.
Why is it always for the ribs?
We're fine!
Crack me in the jaw.
You only have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours.
There you go. Not the ribs.
Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor.
I said we're fine.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
Thanks for giving it back.
She tosses it at your feet.
I want another round. Were you being metaphorical when you said that nothing exists outside of us? There's more to the world than just this. I saw trees and everything on my way here.
I meant that nothing else matters. It's hard to describe. It's just a feeling. That it's just us. That when we hurt each other, we're alive. And when that happens, everything else is gone. You feel it too, right?
That it's just me and you and me, both of us together? Yes. I'm going again. bicker again.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're...
Dead again.
Dead. Or rather, about to be dead. As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs. You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and... it's over. It's finally over.
No, it's not. We're just getting started.
But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin.
I was promised a
There are few
reward.
better endings than that.
Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
Voice of the stubborn. Voice
Wait,
of the stubborn.
no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive.
Ah! I told you. I told you this wasn't over.
What about her? The blade went right through her heart.
That's what we're assuming.
What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine.
No, she's dead. She has to be... No!
She's alive.
Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we? I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect.
The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet.
You know what to do. Again.
But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that? All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all.
I'm pretty sure she was dead.
Oh, we just missed her heart. Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong. You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything?
You are the game master.
I never said I knew everything.
It's your world on the line.
Nothing. It means nothing. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm pretty sure you meant something when you said close to untethering.
But you did say it, so it means something.
Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Our destiny is right in front of us. Pick up the blade and go to her.
Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the world.
But this is me saving the world. If she's stuck fighting me forever, then she's not going to go out there and destroy the world.
That's supposed to mean. I don't have to answer that. I'm not going to answer that. Why the bloody hell not? Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts. What?
The princess can't die, the princess can't die, the princess can't die, the princess can't die, the princess can't... You mean, like, the princess can't die, don't you? Well, it's too late for that. I think we've all thought that one. The princess can't die, the princess can't die. I'm not going to say the princess can't die. I'm not even going to think about it. Like, the princess can die. The princess can die.
Didn't you? I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. I don't like that resignation. Yes, like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself a stiff drink. If I'm going to see the end of everything, I'd rather not be sober.
So I was right. Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever.
Well, I think it was the stubborn one who said, "Your destiny awaits," right?
Exactly. continuous fighting.
No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just leave her down here? What if we run away? What if we convince her not to end the world? You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her.
But if we're fighting her forever, she can't end the world.
And what exactly can't we leave her down here?
Unless this is one of those situations like in Dragon Ball Z where we're like, by fighting the big bad forever, we're also destroying everything around us.
Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on.
But you literally sent us here not to face the end head on.
Oh, you mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this? Because it didn't have to end like this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moment arguing with you. It's time. Yes, I suppose it is. If we fight her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe everything can still work out. Guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
Join your adversary.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage. And then we
Get back up again. We get back up.
Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More!
Slay the princess.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment.
I told you she was gonna step on us.
And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
But Mead doesn't answer the voice. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
I'm assuming the void.
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything.
Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
The princess stumbles and her body slumps.
I feel so... tired.
Chin up. Isn't this what we wanted? Just you and me, forever. Why is she turning into hands?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
The world didn't. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
I think I'm supposed to look in the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her?
She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
It's like it's mocking us.
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Gaze in your reflection. The mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. But what is me? You are alone in this place. It's empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let her out of there!
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
I mean, it doesn't look like it would hurt, but it looked like it would feel awkward. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
I am definitely a thing.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what's trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found. but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
I will remember the continuous fight.
You won't.
Ouch. Alright everyone, that was the adversary route for Slay the Princess. I'll see you all later in the next video.